All right. In this short episode, I say short, it's probably going to be 5 minutes long. You're going to learn how to completely automate SOPs to the point where you're going to eliminate the basic questions that are coming up inside your organization. You're going to do this with Coda and a Google Doc. It's not just Coda and a Google Doc. There's actually a cool tool called NotebookLM that we're going to use as well. But I'm going to show you the basics of how we got here. So I gave a directions document, and right now you can see there's only 2 entries in it. But if there were more entries in it and the right amount of entries, it would honestly look like this. So you would have hundreds of entries in here, and you would want to tell people, here's what's going on. So in this situation, I've shown you an example of, hey, this is what we used to do. This is what we're doing now. And we actually do icebreaker calls at Entrepreneur's Apprentice still. But what I've discovered is that this sort of process updating and whatnot sometimes gets lost in the mix. What this is going to do is it's going to automatically, every time there's an updated row inside our sections of training table, we're going to analyze and return that row into an HTML format, and then we're going to append it to this document, and we're going to give it all of the context it could possibly need. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if you go over here, we got to click Edit Zap. Go right here, Configure Test. Continue. I'm going to do find new record, and it may find a new record. It might not. There we go. We don't do icebreaker calls anymore. And now I initiate that prompt. Assistant, retest this step. And so what that's doing is it's taking in all of that HTML and it's saying, cool, here's the details about that. And the detail right here is we don't do that anymore. And here's the document link. Here's the unique row ID, just so that we're giving the computer some context, right? And then we're going to retest this step. And we go back to our sections of trainings, and you'll see at the bottom, we have a new entry. Okay. So, my curiosity, and so if we check the NotebookLM, and you can see I just did this. I'm going to refresh the page to show you. One thing you got to do is you do have to click up here and click to sync. Okay, so it's going to pull in this, and I think there's an automatic sync, but you can see that it now has all of that data, and I can say, what is an icebreaker call? And this is where I started to freak out. It's reading that document, and it has the directions for how to use the document at the top. And it says, an icebreaker call is a conversation that an entrepreneur can use to get to know the entrepreneur better during this call. Okay, so this is actually fascinating. It's worth noting, however, that the training document indicated is no longer uses icebreaker calls. Okay. Let's see if we can reinstate icebreaker calls. So we're going to go over here to Zapier. We're going to publish this guy. Oh, it's already published. Okay. So if it's already published, then if I go back here to my workspace. Oh, those are my automation ideas in my workspace. There we go. All right. So now if I come back down here to my tables of trainings, and what kind of questions, grab this information and I update the testing table that I made. Updated. So now what should happen is when we go in here, man, I wish that it would let us see some of this stuff and give me like a easy button for like, there's edit, there's run. All right, so I hit the run, and you can see, oh, it couldn't find any updated rows. That's concerning. Maybe that's because it already ran. Okay, yep, it already ran. So you can see, let's see if it did get, I think it did. Let's go check this document. Okay, so interestingly enough, does not appear. Refresh. Come on. Okay, so that did not bring in what was there. 9:23 a.m., 9:28 a.m. So it didn't run. Interesting. I definitely did I not save the row? No, I definitely exited out of it. Deleting that hard return should have been enough to trigger an update. So if I get over here, I don't want to replay. I know what I'm seeing is just, oh, I need to go maybe here. That's one thing I don't love about Zapier is they don't have a really good explanation of the different views of the Zap that you're seeing. So we can't find any new rows. There's definitely an updated row. Come on here. Okay, clearly an updated row. It recorded the activity. It should be giving me like something that says, hey, that was an exclamation point. Frozen document. That's an interesting. But it did still get, like you guys saw the thing that said, oh, cute. Very nice. Come on. Why is it not? Whoa. Did you guys see that? What the heck does frozen document mean? It's like not accepting my edits? Did I find a Coda bug? I just hit the refresh button. Okay, so apparently somehow I froze my document. Oh. Only icebreaker? Only this section's frozen? Is it because I have it open in two different places? Probably. Oh, interesting. That one has the exclamation point now. Okay. Oh, if you open it up in two different tabs, it freezes it. Interesting. That's kind of fascinating. All right. So today at 8:50, today at 9:29, two updates. Detail right there. It did not like it when I opened it up in another window like that. Okay, we're just going with it for now. It does have the exclamation point, which should mean it's getting added down here. Oh, good. It did. You can see it did actually reinstate them. So you can see the most recent version of that. So now what we need to do is go back here and let's get our sync going here. What is an icebreaker call? It's one thing I love about AI. I don't have to be grammatically correct, and it can usually understand me. Okay. So interestingly enough, it does have enough data that it's saying we don't do icebreaker calls anymore, and it's not identifying the update perfectly. So, I mean, I've also copied and pasted a crap ton of times into this doc, and so you can kind of see what's there. So this may not be perfect, but gives you an idea of what's possible. So, over and out for this episode of Automation Hunter. I'm excited because I think our team, I'm going to present this to the team. I think our team may adopt something like this to make it so that we still have a document like this that explains, like, here's what's happening. But you can see I've actually made it so that this is actually just sections of the formulas. So what I mean by that is, check this out. I'm going to just bring in all of the data from each specific document, and I can bring in a full document so people can read it and see it and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll put a link up at the top that says, check out the NotebookLM. That can give you more detail, right? And also show you, like, the update history, or what's the current version of this SOP, that kind of thing. All right, that's it for this episode of Automation Hunter.